The old cabin by Willow Lake had always been a place of mystery and superstition. Nestled deep in the heart of the forest, surrounded by towering trees and thick undergrowth, it stood as a relic of a bygone era, a testament to a time long forgotten. As children, we had heard the stories whispered by the locals, tales of ghostly apparitions and strange happenings that plagued the cabin and its inhabitants. But like most children, we dismissed them as nothing more than fanciful tales spun to frighten us. That is, until the summer of our 16th year, when curiosity got the better of us, and we decided to spend a night in the cabin, determined to uncover the truth behind the legends. There were 4 of us, Sarah, Jake, Matt, and myself, and we set out on a warm August evening, armed with sleeping bags, flashlights, and a sense of adventure. The sun was setting as we arrived at the cabin, casting long shadows across the overgrown lawn. The cabin itself was a weathered structure, its wooden beams creaking in the gentle breeze. Ivy clung to its walls, and the windows were boarded up, giving it an air of desolation that sent shivers down our spines. But we were undeterred. Setting up camp inside the cabin, we laughed and joked as we roasted marshmallows over the crackling fire, the warmth of the flames driving away the chill that seemed to permeate the air. As night fell, we huddled together inside the cabin, the darkness pressing in around us like a physical presence. Shadows danced on the walls, and strange noises echoed through the stillness of the forest. It started with a faint tapping at the window, a sound so soft that we barely noticed it at first. But as the night wore on, it grew louder and more insistent, until it seemed to fill the entire cabin with its eerie rhythm. Sarah was the first to suggest that we leave, her voice trembling with fear as she pleaded with us to abandon our foolish endeavor. But we laughed off her concerns, dismissing them as the product of an overactive imagination. That is, until the tapping turned into pounding, a relentless onslaught that reverberated through the cabin, shaking the very foundations of the old structure. Terrified, we cowered in the darkness, our hearts pounding in our chests as we waited for the onslaught to end. But it didn't. Instead, it grew louder and more frenzied, until it seemed as though the very walls of the cabin would come crashing down around us. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, it stopped. Silence descended upon the cabin like a heavy blanket, broken only by the sound of our ragged breathing. We dared not move, scarcely daring to breathe, as we waited for whatever horror lay waiting for us in the darkness. And then, from the depths of the forest, came a sound so chilling that it froze the blood in our veins. A mournful wail that echoed through the night, filling us with a sense of dread unlike anything we had ever known. With a cry of terror, we fled from the cabin, leaving behind our belongings and our courage as we raced through the forest, desperate to escape the nightmare that had unfolded before our eyes. To this day, we dare not speak of what happened that fateful night at Willow Lake. But the memory of the haunting wail that echoed through the forest still haunts our dreams, a constant reminder of the horrors that lurk in the darkness, waiting to claim their next victim.